Good morning, folks, and welcome back to another video. We've been walking around for at least an hour and a half and the place has been socked in with fog and clouds. But look what's happening right now. Look. That is Fuji-san and he has made an appearance. So needless to say, we rushed to get ourselves down to the water's edge and to try and photograph some nice reflections. Here, Art, you having fun?
I'm always having fun. Do it, buddy.
So we are here trying to capture some reflections. I have my polarizer on, I have my 3-stop on, and I actually am in love with the frame that I am photographing right now. So we shall continue and see what else we can make happen. Let's go, yay!
Probably good that you don't know.
This is incredible, folks. Look at the mountain. Look at it. Absolutely wonderful. I just said it there. I was like so disheartened when we were walking back. I was like, oh no. But then we saw the tip, just the tip. And look at even over here behind us. We got some lovely low-hanging clouds and stuff like that. Oh my god. And then as that light then hopefully might start catching a bit more. But just the texture and the detail on the mountain itself is just outstanding. But when the sun comes up from behind that mountain, we might, it might get a bit harsh. But still, it's absolutely incredible. Right now, I'm taking a maybe 2-minute exposure just to play around. And yeah, fun times are being had indeed, my friends. Let's continue on. So folks, have a look around us now. We are in the kind of trees trying to frame up Mount Fuji-san, and using some of these trees. You know, we're thinking shallow depth of field, we're focus stacking, all sorts of fun stuff. Fuji is just behind some clouds right now, so we're using the time to frame up. But if you look behind us here, let me turn you back around actually. If you look in here, you will see the kind of beautiful trees that we're working with. And there's a fair bit of cloud in front of the sun at the minute. So it was breaking through and it was streaming onto the light or onto the leaves, which is wonderful. So just gonna wait, sit another little bit, wait, see what happens, fine tune the compositions. And yeah, fun times are being had. It's awesome. Well, what an absolutely wonderful morning. Jeez, oh my God. It's just when I must say I was very, I was losing hope, you know. But wow, it really turned itself around for us. It was gorgeous, absolutely fantastic. The stuff kind of like, this is why you come to do this, you know, you chase it and it's just so wonderful. But the day isn't finished yet. We are going back. We're actually leaving this area now today and heading a bit deeper into the mountains. And so fun times ahead for sure. Going to do some location scouting for tomorrow morning, and then ultimately pick somewhere to shoot sunset for this evening along the way as well. So yeah, lots of fun times ahead. So whew, really fantastic, good laugh, everybody's in good spirits, and it's really awesome, you know. And it's great, you know. I've often said it before about these kinds of workshops. The group dynamic is fantastic because you're constantly bouncing ideas around and everybody's so helpful to say, oh, try it this way, try it that way, and it's great. It's such a wonderful atmosphere to be a part of, and it's much appreciated. But for now, as I say, the sun is slightly breaking through. There's some wonderful low light or low cloud on those hills there. Wow. And Fuji itself is looking absolutely gorgeous. So we are just pushing on. It's absolutely stunning. Whew, beautiful. So we'll go pack up, have some breakfast, and then continue the adventure. Fun times ahead. So here we are. This trip is like a roller coaster of like highs and lows. We have made our way further into the countryside. We are in an area known as the Kiso mountain range, Kiso, and it is absolutely gorgeous. There's no denying it. But unfortunately, where we are at the minute to kind of come, you know, the kind of location that we had, you know, settled on to come and shoot it's just a bit of a dud, unfortunately. It's like an observation deck. You can see. Hold on, let me turn you around. I don't know if you can see art up there. So it's just, unfortunately, the kind of main focal point of an image is just shrouded, which seems to be quite a familiar theme. Which is a mountain range, the Kiso mountain range. It's just hidden, unfortunately. Now Art did have his drone up, so I'm going to see if I can steal some of the video footage to at least show you. But other than that, it is really a gorgeous area. It is. But look, such is the way of things. You know, I took a couple of pictures, nothing too crazy. You know, there's some kind of berry tree over there that's nice and red. I did that. And just one or two from the observation deck here, trying to, you know, photograph layers and things. But yeah, it's just, you need to be higher. You need to be a drone in order for it to work, really. So what can you do? These things happen. Nonetheless, it's a gorgeous area. So maybe what we could do is just wind our way back down. It's a beautiful drive. Maybe just wind our way back down, and if there's, you know, like a we did see like a river passing through, so maybe we could stop and see if we can get a snap along the riverfront somewhere, just as like a consolation prize. So we shall see. But if not, we're checked into the hotel anyways. We're right in the middle of nowhere, so our kind of food options and things like that are quite limited here. Everybody, of course, is super nice. So, and God help one of the guys who's on the trip, Alan. He's really not feeling well at all. He was sick and everything, so he didn't join us here. So yeah, so hopefully he feels better. Hydration. That's the aim of the game. So well, look, we'll probably pile into the car now and roll back down the road and see if we can catch any of this last bit of light on the forest on the way back down. So let's have a look. So we have arrived at tomorrow morning's location, and it is already looking absolutely fantastic. Now Art may shit himself, but that remains to be seen. So let's see how we get on. But have a look at this. This is the kind of view that we come to photograph tomorrow morning. Now, if we were wearing samurai armor, obviously it would make for a much nicer photograph, but you can't have everything. But this town has a lot of historical significance, because this is one of the stopover towns from when the Tokugawa government essentially took over the country in 1603 officially. There was a route, a postal route between Tokyo and Kyoto, and this was one of the first ones. But this is called the Narai-juku, and it's one of a few towns in this village that kind of, you know, take great pride in keeping it as traditional as possible. So it's very close to what a village or a town would have been like during the Edo period, and it's incredible. It's absolutely gorgeous. So we're just going to have an amble, have some food here and see what we can see. But it's more of a scouting mission for tomorrow morning. The intention is that we're going to look down this kind of roadway with the mountains behind, and hopefully some sunlight catching on the mountains. So let's have a walk and let's see what we can see. What you mean with your sickness? I don't want that shit. I certainly don't want to shit myself. So folks, wonderful little village this is. A real slice of history. So we've pretty much scouted the place. it's all going well. We should get some nice images tomorrow morning for sure. Definitely like a blue hour shot could work for sure. And then the idea is that, you know, there's light on the lovely trees in the background, and then the weaving town up. It looks great. So, but for now we're going to head back. It's going to have pizza. Everything's closed here, unfortunately. There was a tonkatsu place we were supposed to go to, but it's unfortunately closed. So no tonkatsu for Neil. So we're going to settle for a pizza. So let's get to it, and we'll call it a day for this episode. And I will see you all in the morning. Take it easy, everybody. Cheers.